Hi, so let's talk about a great strategy to use for big emotions, whether it's anxiety, anger. Anger comes in that fight or flight of anxiety. And the strategy is a great one called Connect, Then Redirect. And it comes from the amazing Dan Siegel and Tina Payne Bryson in their book, The Whole Brain Child. And it is based on the neuroscience. If you remember about the downstairs brain, the upstairs brain, that downstairs brain has that fight or flight response, and when that gets triggered, when that goes off, when it's activated, it shuts off access to our thinking, logical, reasoning brain, where we have problem solving and flexibility and emotion management up here, and we flip our lids. We don't have access to that anymore, and it can be as like big and serious as of a cutoff as a light switch being turned off. So we just don't have access to that. And so when your child goes into that fight or flight state and to fight or angry, they don't have access to this part of their brain anymore. So we have to be their emotion management. We have to be their flexibility. We have to be their problem solving. We are their frontal cortex for them in those moments, and we are that for them over time, and then they gradually develop those skills themselves and they become that for themselves. So one of the best ways to help calm down that brain so that the top part can come back on again is through Connect, Then Redirect. And this is when we do this, we are validating, we are making sure that they feel felt and that they feel heard, that they feel understood, that they know and really feel that we get it. And that's a powerful thing. If you think about the last time that you were mad about something, or a big time that you were mad about something, if you talk to somebody and they didn't get it, if they were just like, why are you mad? Or just calm down. If that was their response, or if they, I don't know, I'm sure you've had this experience where you talk about a time that was hard for you, and then your friend goes, or your family member goes into something that was like that way for them, but not in a like, we're together in this, but in a kind of a, I'm going to one up you way, or I'm going to bring the attention back on me way. Like those things happen, right? So but you also know then the opposite experience of when you have a really tough thing happen, you're really angry, and somebody gets it, somebody listens to you. If you got pulled over by a policeman and he was really rude and awful to you, and you talk to your friend about it, and your friend is like, "What? I can't believe that. That's terrible." That is calming. You feel better afterwards. And when that happens, then you go and your whole brain comes back online, and you can go into problem solving. You can go into flexibility. You can go into managing those emotions better. It is a powerful thing. When we listen to our kids and when we are able to show them that we get it, it doesn't mean that we are agreeing. So let's say that your child, let's say that your son was working on his Legos, and his sister came in and knocked them over and broke what he was making. And he is furious, and he just wants to like knock her over. So you're going to intervene, because we're not going to let him, be aggressive, physically aggressive with her. So intervene. And but first, you don't want to be going to the yelling or to the tone of voice or to better than that, because that's not really the point. Remember, the point is that you want to be that calming person for his brain and his nervous system, because you want to help his system develop the neural pathways for self-regulation. So we want to calm his system down. So you can really validate that. Oh my goodness, you were so mad. She broke your Legos, and I can see why you're so upset about that. You worked so hard on that. When you do that in a way that where he really feels like you get it, you're really on his side, and not on his side against his sister, but on his side, like you truly understand where he's coming from. That is powerful. That is calming. And when he feels like you're on his side through everything, even when he's at his worst, we want to do that as much as we can now when they're young, because when he's at his worst, or when he makes mistakes when he's 16, it's way different from Legos, way different from spilling something on the ground. Like those are really serious problems when kids get into the teenage years. And we want them to have lots and lots of experiences with you, being with them, listening to them, listening to the problems and the heartaches and the anger and everything, time after time after time, and having patience with that through all of that, so that when they're teenagers, they have all that experience knowing that I can go to my mom and dad with anything and they're going to be there for me and with me through it, even when it's me that screwed up, even when it's me that like shoved my sister with the Legos. She still was with me and on my side and was helping me through it, instead of being angry at me and punishing me for it. Now that doesn't mean we're saying that it's okay that he knocked his sister over or hit his sister. We're just saying that I'm going to help you through this hard time. I want to help you figure out a better way. But first we do that through validating. You're so mad and you're so upset. And I like, when that is calmer, then we can say, buddy, that was so hard when she knocked that over and she broke that thing. You're working on that so much. And I know, it's not okay to hit her like that. What do you think we could do next time better? And that's when you go into the problem solving, and you can practice it, you can go over it. But in the moment when he's in that and he's in the fight or flight, is not the time, because his thinking, reasoning, logical, emotion management brain is not working at that time. So we connect, and then we redirect. When you can see in the facial expressions and the body language that things are calmer, and often what you'll actually see as well is that they will move themselves into that place. And it's interesting because so anger needs to be heard. It's how emotions move through us. When emotions are heard, when they're witnessed, they can move through us, and emotions are meant to be fluid. So when it's heard, you'll often see other emotions that are underneath the anger, because anger often happens second. So as the anger is heard, then you'll see maybe a melting or a softening, or some other stuff will come up. You don't ever listen to him or to me, or he always breaks my things. And there may be some truth to what your child is saying. And so it's important that we listen to those things. Or you also may see them moving into their own problem solving. I shouldn't have shoved her, and I need to say I'm sorry. And they do it themselves, because you telling them it's not okay to push, that is not new information. It's not about the teaching. It's about being with them in the moments of those big emotions when they need you the most, because they don't have that top brain fully developed yet. That's when they need you the most. And then as they get their whole brain back online again, they can then move into what they do know. So let's try that. Try a lot of connecting, getting it, helping them to really feel felt, really feel understood. And let's see how much that helps this week.